What if the only thing holding you back is fear? Ponder on that for a moment. Fear, a basic human emotion, is as old as humanity itself. It's nestled in the core of our survival instinct. When we face danger, fear is the spark that ignites our fight or flight response. It's the sudden rush of adrenaline that heightens our senses and prepares us for action. It can be a life-saving instinct. But what happens when this protector becomes an oppressor? When it grows from a spark into an all-consuming fire, blocking the path to our dreams and aspirations? That's when fear transforms from a survival instinct into a barrier that can be as formidable and real as any physical wall. Fear is a complex emotion. It can be triggered by real threats, but more often it's the product of our imagination. We fear the unknown, the uncertain, and the unfamiliar. We fear failure, rejection, and disappointment. These are not tangible threats, yet they can feel just as menacing. Fear, however, isn't inherently negative. It can serve as a powerful motivator, pushing us to prepare, practice, and perfect. It can teach us resilience and courage. It can make us cautious and thoughtful. It can be a compass, guiding us away from potential harm. But when fear grips us so tightly that it prevents us from taking risks, from reaching for our dreams, from living a fulfilling life, it becomes a problem. When it forces us to settle for less than we deserve, to hide in our comfort zones, to avoid challenges, that's when fear becomes a hindrance, a roadblock on our path to success. Fear, in its essence, is a double-edged sword. It can protect us, but it can also hinder us. Understanding this duality is the first step to overcoming fear. It's the beginning of a journey that can lead us to a life of courage, resilience, and fulfillment. Think about this. What if you could overcome your biggest fear? In the realm of human experiences, few tales are as powerful as the story of a person who confronted their deepest fear and emerged victorious. Today, we delve into the captivating journey of someone who turned their greatest dread into their most profound strength. Meet Jane, a brilliant mind with a heart full of dreams. She had a vision, a message she wanted to share with the world. But there was one obstacle that stood in her way: the fear of public speaking. It wasn't just a mild discomfort, it was a paralyzing terror that turned her knees to jelly and her voice to a mere whisper. The first time she took to the stage, the lights felt blinding, the audience, an ocean of judgment. Her words stumbled and tumbled, and laughter echoed around her. The ridicule and embarrassment were enough to make anyone retreat into their shell, but not Jane. She had a dream, and she wasn't going to let fear stand in her way. Instead of surrendering to her anxiety, Jane chose to face it head-on. She joined a public speaking club, a decision that marked a pivotal moment in her journey. It was a place where she could stumble, fall, but also learn and grow. Not a day went by when she didn't practice. She practiced in front of the mirror, in front of her friends, even in front of her pet cat. Gradually, the stage that once felt like a battlefield began to feel like home. The lights that once blinded her now spotlighted her confidence. The audience that once seemed judgmental now appeared interested, engaged, inspired. Every speech, every applause, every constructive criticism chiseled away at her fear, transforming it into confidence. Jane's story is not an overnight transformation. It's a tale of resilience, of grit, of relentless effort. It's a testament to the power of perseverance. The fear that once silenced her is now the strength that amplifies her voice, resonating with those who listen. Jane's fear of public speaking, once her greatest weakness, has become her greatest strength. Her journey is a powerful reminder that fears are not permanent. They can be faced, they can be conquered. It's a matter of making the choice to step out of the shadows of fear and into the light of courage. As Jane so eloquently puts it, fear is a reaction, courage is a decision. With persistence and effort, they transformed their greatest fear into their greatest strength. So what's stopping you from transforming yours? Now, you might wonder, how did they overcome their fear? Well, the journey of overcoming fear is as unique as our fingerprints, but there are some common steps that most people follow. First, they acknowledge their fear. This is the initial and perhaps the most critical step in overcoming fear. It's about accepting the existence of fear, recognizing its impact on your life, and understanding that it's okay to be scared. It's not about being fearless, but about not letting fear control your life. Next, they exposed themselves to their fear. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's a crucial step. It's about gradually and controlled exposure to the source of your fear. For instance, if you're afraid of heights, you might start by climbing a small ladder, then move on to a taller one, then maybe try a hill, and so on. The idea is to desensitize yourself to the fear stimulus over time. Then, they used positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are powerful tools to rewire your brain, replacing fear with confidence. They repeated phrases like, "I can handle this," or "I am stronger than my fear," to themselves, creating a positive mental atmosphere. They also sought support from others. Fear can often feel isolating, but you're not alone. Friends, family, or professional counselors can provide emotional support, share experiences, and offer advice. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Lastly, they showed patience and perseverance. Overcoming fear is not an overnight process. It's a journey, filled with ups and downs, progress, and setbacks. But with each step forward, they became stronger, more resilient, and more in control. Overcoming fear isn't a one-time event, it's a continual process. No one is completely devoid of fear, but it's about how we manage it, how we rise above it, and how we continue to challenge it that truly defines our courage. So, what changed when they faced their fear? This is where the magic happens. The moment they chose to confront their fear, everything began to shift. It was like stepping into a new reality, a reality where they were no longer bound by the invisible chains of their fear. They started to bloom with newfound confidence. It was as if a switch had been flipped inside them, a switch that ignited a spark of self-belief that was previously dormant. They started to believe in their abilities, in their worth, in their potential. They started to see themselves not as victims of their fear, but as conquerors. And this confidence extended to their communication skills. They found their voice and used it. They expressed themselves more clearly, more assertively. They were no longer afraid to speak their mind, to share their thoughts, ideas, and feelings. They discovered the power of their words, and they used it to influence, to inspire, to make a difference. Their transformation didn't go unnoticed. They earned a promotion at work. Their superiors saw the change, recognized their growth. They were rewarded for their bravery, for their determination, for their resilience. They proved to themselves and to others that they were capable of more than they ever imagined. But perhaps the most profound change was the sense of liberation they felt. They broke free from the prison of their fear. They were no longer held captive by their anxieties, their worries, their insecurities. They were free to live, to thrive, to be themselves without any fear holding them back. They were able to enjoy life in its fullness, to experience joy, excitement, adventure without the constant shadow of fear looming over them. They learned to live in the present, to appreciate the beauty of the moment without the fear of the future tainting it. Facing their fear didn't just change their life, it transformed it. And this, my friends, is the power of facing your fear. It's not just about overcoming it, it's about unleashing your true potential. It's about stepping into a better version of yourself. It's about living life on your own terms. Now imagine what you could achieve if you faced your fear. Picture yourself standing on the precipice of a life-changing decision, heart pounding, palms sweating, but instead of retreating, you move forward step by step into the unknown. Let's begin by identifying your fears. What is it that makes you lose sleep at night? What triggers that unpleasant feeling in the pit of your stomach? It could be anything from public speaking to heights, from social interactions to a fear of failure. Naming your fear is the first step in overcoming it. And remember, there's no need to feel ashamed. Our fears do not define us. They are merely obstacles on our path, waiting to be conquered. Now, how do we conquer these fears? One effective method is gradual exposure. If you're afraid of heights, for example, start by looking out of a second-story window, then progress to a balcony, then to a rooftop, and eventually to the top of a skyscraper. By gradually increasing your exposure to the fear, you normalize it, and in time, the fear loses its power over you. Another powerful tool in your fear-fighting arsenal is positive affirmations. This involves replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. When fear creeps in, counter it with thoughts of courage and strength. Repeat to yourself, "I am brave, I am capable, I can conquer this fear." It might feel strange at first, but with persistence, your mind will start to believe these affirmations. Seeking support is also a key part of overcoming fear. Reach out to friends, family, or professional counselors. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. There are people who care about you and want to help you succeed. Sharing your fears with others can help alleviate the burden and provide you with a fresh perspective. Bear in mind that everyone's journey is unique. Some people might overcome their fears quickly, while others might take longer. And that's perfectly okay. There's no set timeline for overcoming fear. It's not a race or a competition. It's a personal journey. And it's okay to take your own time. Finally, celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Each step you take towards overcoming your fear is a testament to your courage. So rejoice in these moments of triumph. They are proof of your strength and resilience. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey of overcoming fear begins today. So take that first step, face your fear, embrace the journey, and imagine how wonderful it will feel when you finally stand triumphant on the other side of fear.